This is the 100. So lying in supine, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Head nice and tall, imagine that gold thread going to the back of the room. Shoulders stabilized, so roll them down, make sure your shoulders are nice and stabilized there. Deep breath, that lateral thoracic breathing, so that rib cage coming out. You can imagine your rib cage pushing into the back of the mat. Engage your TVA, your deep core muscles, ensure they're engaged that 20 to 30%, and your pelvic floor, both men and women should be engaging that pelvic floor. Put your hands in a triangle like this, pointing down, index fingers pointing down, and just move your hips back and forth, imagining a marble is in between your triangle and you want to bring it still to the center, so small and small motions until it's still, because you want to stabilize your hips there. Okay, hands by the side. Deep inhale. On the exhale, bring your first leg to tabletop. Imagine a glass of champagne on your shin. There should be a 90-degree angle here, keeping that steady. We need to imprint, so think hips to ribs. So imprint, engaging to bring the second leg to tabletop. Take an inhale here. Now, if you're a beginner level, I'd like you to stay at this level. And if this is too much for you, you can alternate, bringing one leg down at a time and just do one leg like this. Or you could bring both to tabletop and then back down again. If you're intermediate, I'd like you to raise your head and shoulders and start bouncing your arms. Looking ahead of you, imagine a little ball is between your knees to keep your knees nice and stable. Keeping that 90-degree angle behind the knee and imagining a glass of champagne on your shins that you need to keep steady. Now, if you're intermediate, I'd like you to stay at this level, but if you're advanced, I'd now like you to extend your legs out and continuing to bounce your hands and arms. Imagine little balls underneath your hands that you're bouncing. We do these bounces 100 times or 10 deep breaths. So we are about 20 to 30% of the way there, so keep going. I'd like you to do some deep breaths here. So inhale through the nose, out through the mouth. I'd like you to think about your core engagement. Those deep core muscles should be engaged. Your pelvic floor should be engaged. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Keeping your legs straight if you like. If at any stage these straight legs feel too much of a challenge, then please bring your legs back to tabletop one stage at a time. And if your legs are in tabletop, keep them there. Now you'll see there I made a mistake. There should be a 90-degree angle here and a 90-degree angle there. So just watch your alignment when you can. And we're almost there. Okay. So to finish, and finish in your own time, one last inhale, and first we bring down the neck and the shoulders and the arms, and then one leg at a time floats to the floor. And if you'd like a full body stretch, as your release stretch for the 100.